Each candidate will have 90 seconds to respond. We'll start with Kirsten on this one and go clockwise to John and then Kelly. And here's the question. Do you support continuation of the school board's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee, including any necessary funding? If not, why not? If yes, what is your vision for the committee? How would you measure its effectiveness?
Yes! Duh! Yeah, I actually am super pleased with what the board over the last 2 years have done, because they have taken a human perspective to our education system. They did that in the DEI, and they did that by asking for the SPED audit. So absolutely, I'm committed to finding ways to prioritize this so that it gets the resources that it needs. I am not foolish enough to think we do have budgets. There's a pie, there's only so many pieces, but what is really helpful is the criteria that the board has developed that helps you make decisions around equity, and I think being committed to using that is going to be really important. What was the second part of the question really quick? I got excited about my first answer.
What is your vision for the committee? And how would you measure its effectiveness?
Yes, measure, data, super important. And it's measuring a combination of the processes. How we go about getting there is really important. How we work together as a community is as important as what we're going to get on the back end of that. It's how we get the right outcome that we want. So I'm really interested in thinking about how we measure the processes of success, but also looking to, we should see educational achievements and outcomes. If we do this well, the way it's intended, we should see that in the equity gap closing, both for our students with different learning styles and learning abilities, and all of our students. So that's what I'm going to be interested in looking at.
I don't think so.
I think it worked. Yeah.
All right. Oh, hello. Okay, you can start the time. Do I want to continue our diversity, equity, and inclusion committee? Yes, absolutely, 100%. And they are doing great work. I mean, I've attended a number of their meetings. It's an amazing group of people. The number of things that they're taking on, the things they're looking at. They're looking at our curriculum, they're looking at our climate, and they're looking at policy. And they have, at our last board meeting last week, they presented this policy. And this is like the Constitution for equity, what these people have written. It's amazing. It has a preamble. It's an amazing document. And so, but the thing about that, the Constitution, this is probably another conversation about the Constitution, but the Constitution it needs laws behind it. It needs rules. And that's where I think the great thing about hiring Dr. Laura Dela Cruz to our school district is going to be. She has experience. She did her doctorate in equity. She knows this work. She understands how to build these, what we call administrative regulations, that will bring life to this policy that's a Constitution. That's why I'm so excited about hiring her. And she came to us because of this. She wants to be part of this work. She's going to lead us forward. So I want to continue. I want to continue the work. I'm committed to keeping a permanent committee. As long as I'm on the board, I think it has to be part of everything that we do. It has to be part of our school district.
I absolutely agree with keeping the Diversity and Equity and Inclusion Committee moving forward. And I think a few things that we can do so I think one of the things we can do is really engage the community into this piece, because we can't the teachers and the schools can't do it alone. We need to have an approach that brings in the community, our families, our businesses, fighting some media perceptions. We also really need to change the hearts and minds of the educators and really get them on board with having a growth mindset and really working together to move everybody in the right direction. And then all of the we're building white diversity groups, really, I think we need to focus on having them collaborate and really looking at what each group is doing in each culture of each school so that we're putting all of those ideas together and moving forward. And as far as the funding, I think that a lot of the stuff that we're proposing here and what the DEI is about is really doesn't cost anything. It's just an investment in time and education.